in her car for another 10 minutes. Through her rear window, I could see her on the phone, gesturing with her free hand. Probably calling Mark, probably saying she couldn't find me anywhere, that maybe I knew, that Thursday nights might not be safe anymore. She even drove by 2 more bars on the way home. Quick stops, desperate checks. When I got home at my usual time, she was on the couch with wine, trying to look casual, but her leg was bouncing. How was your night? Studying my face. Good. Same as always. Yeah? Where exactly did you guys go? O'Malley's. Why? Her jaw clenched. No reason. Just curious. Was it busy? Pretty dead, actually. Who all was there? Haven't heard their names in a while. The usual crew. Each answer made her fidget more. She stood abruptly. I'm tired. It's been 2 hours. I could hear her upstairs on the phone, voice low but urgent. Probably with Mark. Probably trying to figure out if I know, if Thursday nights are blown, if mentioning his name was a message. The next day, I was ready to confront her. Saturday morning came, and I heard the shower turn on upstairs at exactly 9:15, like it always did on weekends. I grabbed my laptop from the office and set it up on the kitchen table, right where she'd have to walk past to get her coffee. The ring footage was already loaded, paused on that perfect frame of her and Mark kissing at our front door. My hands were steady as I adjusted the screen angle to make sure she couldn't miss it. The coffee maker gurgled and filled the kitchen with that dark roast smell she loved. I poured myself a cup and sat down facing the stairs, waiting. The shower stopped after 12 minutes. I heard her moving around upstairs, the closet door opening, drawers sliding shut. My heart was pounding, but I kept my breathing normal. Finally, her footsteps came down the hall and started down the stairs. She was humming something, probably feeling relieved that I hadn't said anything about Thursday night. Her bare feet hit the kitchen tile, and she walked straight toward the coffee maker in her white robe, hair still damp. Then she saw the laptop screen. She froze completely, one hand reaching for a mug that never made it off the shelf. Her face went from relaxed to white in about 2 seconds. She stood there staring at the screen, at herself, kissing Mark, and I watched her realize that I'd known for 2 whole months. That Thursday night wasn't about me finding out, but about me watching her panic and search for me all over town. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. I took a sip of coffee and told her my lawyer already had copies of everything. 8 different Thursday nights, all documented, all showing the same thing. She started to say something, but I held up my hand. When you're ready to be honest about everything. Her legs seemed to give out, and she sank into the chair across from me, hands shaking so bad that when she finally poured coffee, it splashed over the rim and made a puddle on the table. She grabbed a paper towel and wiped it up, probably just to have something to do with her hands. Then she looked at me and said it started 6 months ago when Mark reached out. He was having marriage problems and needed someone to talk to. She swore it only became physical 2 months ago. I pulled out my phone and opened Mark's Facebook, scrolling through months of photos. No wife in any of them for over a year. His relationship status had been single since last January. I turned the phone toward her and watched her story about comforting him through marriage problems fall apart. She knew I knew she was still lying. Her hands went to her face, and she started crying. Real ugly crying with her shoulders shaking. She said she was lonely because I was always gone on Thursdays and weekends with the guys. The words hung there between us. The irony was so thick I could taste it. All those Thursday nights I'd been sitting alone in dark movie theaters eating popcorn and watching whatever was playing, just needing some space from everything, while she was in our bed with Mark. But I kept that truth to myself for now. I told her to call Mark right now on speaker and tell him it's over. She shook her head and said that was cruel. Cruel? I leaned forward. You brought him into our house, into our bed. She picked up her phone with shaking fingers and found his number. Her thumb hovered over it for a few seconds before she pressed call. It rang 3 times before Mark answered with a cheerful, "Hey, beautiful." She took a deep breath and told him I knew everything. The silence stretched for what felt like